All right, if you just joined us, still Journalist Hangout. I still have Dr. Oladipo right here, and Tunde Abaton is also right here with us. Now, straight to our third conversation. Global partnerships are often measured in shared objectives. It is against this backdrop that Nigeria and Turkiye have stepped up cooperation, reaffirming a drive to deepen economic and security ties. During President Bola Tinubu's state visit to Turkiye, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said his country is targeting a $5 billion annual trade volume with Nigeria, up from current levels. President Erdogan also noted that President Tinubu's visit is the clearest indication of the determination to attract investment to the country. All right, Nigeria and Turkey, President Erdogan has set an ambitious goal, to grow bilateral trade with Nigeria from currently, which was 2 billion, up to 5 billion. But talk to me, what does this mean for Nigeria?
It means we're getting people, more countries to trust us that they can do business with us. Basically, that's what it means. Because at some point, for every country, when you measure the level of trade, it was going down. That's number one. Number two, it was skewed against us because we really didn't even have what to offer. We were not manufacturing.
Okay.
We didn't even have so much capacity to produce and offer certain goods with value addition. Now, gradually, we are getting there. And I'm always a believer that the head of any institution is a political appointee who should play the politics of running that institution, including Nigeria, seeing Nigeria as an institution.
Okay.
I've had certain conversations about the president traveling too much. Wasting resources to stay outside the country. Yes, there are some we can come here to debate. For instance, we are getting to a point when we need to have medical facilities up to date so that we don't need to send our officials out. Let the president, like I always describe them, the president and vice president, be our brand to the world.
We're still going to get to that conversation.
Let them go and sell us to the outside world. Because countries deal with those they trust.
Okay.
Not as a general entity, but the people who make up those who head those institutions. They must trust them. They must have confidence in them. They must know that what they have said, they are going to do. And you will see that the way it started with this administration was very rough. But that was a message the world had been passing to us, or the messages that had been passed to us a long time ago. Remove subsidy on certain things so that we can do business with you. You can free resources so that when we bring in the money, we're able to repatriate it. So when a country like Turkey find out the US, the UK, all those big countries, they produce a lot of their goods in Turkey. Shirts, shoes, and all the rest.
And Turkey is located in a very, very strategic area.
Yes. People from Nigeria, even before the US, under Donald Trump, said it was going to limit access. They were already going to Turkey to do business. They were going to China to do business.
Okay.
Because things made more sense
All right.
in those places.
All right, Tunde, let's talk about timing now. Why do you think it is the right time for Turkey to say we are scaling up from $2 billion investment, to $5 billion? We must be doing something right. Why do you think this is the right time to do?
There's a time and season for everything under the sun. And it is a clear sign and signal that the international community, they are beginning to have confidence and build trust in what we promised that we are going to do. Like Dr. said, when the present government came in, they said they removed subsidy, they liberalized trade, the foreign exchange, people can get foreign exchange. So that let us interact with your leaders and see whether what they promise is really there. And let us remember that in the last 1.5 years, a lot of international partners have been coming here promising to bring one investment or the other. So I think as the president or vice president or anybody, they are the chief image maker, chief marketer of Nigeria.
Exactly.
And they should go out and tell the international community, besides the promises, this is what we have, this is what we can do. Instead of having a president that will just sit down somewhere and ministers will just build a ring around him. They will make him pass around him. So let him go out. And now, there was a time Professor Bolaji Akinyemi said something about the fact that the African countries need to build and some other countries, third world countries, a concert of medium powers. Concert of medium powers, which means we are not going to absolutely rely on America and Britain to call the shots all the time. And now the world is a global village. So you are free to interact with others that can increase your propensity to market yourself and do things better. So for the president to go to Turkey, a country like that, it means that we are opening ourselves up. We are telling people that we are not what we used to be probably 8 or 10 years ago. We are ready for business. We want to do things. When you bring your business here, when you make your money, you will repatriate your money back. Remember that as at the time the man took over, about $770 million, airlines could not repatriate the money they made. But with the liberalization, with the policy of the central bank, they were able to, within 3 months, they cleared that backlog. It means Nigeria is telling the international community or any other person that came to do business that we are ready to do things the normal way international community is going to do it. So you need to re-emphasize that, and you need to open yourself to the international community that we are ready. And not necessarily our traditional trading partners. We have to cultivate new friends. For you to be able to do things well, you don't have to rely on others without necessarily joining America and Britain. You have to cultivate new friends that will help you, open you up for business.
All right, gentlemen, Nigeria and Turkey signed 9 cooperation agreements and memorandum of understanding, covering a broad range of areas. But if you look at it, which sectors are expected to drive the biggest gains? Is it defense? Is it in the area of education?
All of them. Because we have needs that we can meet for those people, and they have needs they can help us to meet. Because I was going to go there, that the major thing the president needs to do now is to ensure that all his aides, especially the ministers, should follow up on all these MOUs.
Implement.
Really key.
There is one big area that is lacking, which we have always been talking about and looking at. Still, look at Ajaokuta now. Over a period of time, we've gone to Russia, we've gone to China, we've signed MOUs and all the rest. But we are not seeing any movement. We are not feeling anything. And I think the president will need to come back to the kind of headmaster-like situation he ran in Lagos. Let's publish what these people are doing on a monthly basis. If we can't do it on a monthly basis, let's make it quarterly. Our ministers should not be operating in the dark. They should give us the deliverables, especially on these MOUs we go and sign. That is why you see that countries will rather talk to your president than to your ministers.
But you remember that the president, the ambassadors,
Yes.
they're about to be, you know.
This our trade has nothing to do with those guys.
No, the ambassadors will be our face there.
They'll be our face, but
the
don't forget that the implementation rests
on the ministers,
on the ministers
at home.
At home. So they are the
To
ones
do a
we
follow-up
need
to make sure.
to hold responsible. There is an office that is headed by Adisabala
To monitor all the ministers.
Tell us what these people are doing. Sometimes we hear snippets, but we need to see. Because a lot of people, when we get to rating ministers, we want to rate them based on the number of bridges that they built. No, that is not consolidating on institutions. We must build the foundation in a way that nothing can shake it again. Yes, we need all the roads, we need all of this, but something must sustain it.
Yes.
We shouldn't keep borrowing to fund certain things after a while. If we're able to meet, for instance, our cement production, it means we can do roads with cement without spending too much. If we have enough steel, we can reduce the cost of, that's if we produce it. These are the things that we should be looking at and be taking. This MOU we signed with China, how far, Mr. Minister? If he's unable to deliver on it, then we need to leave that person. Minister of Defense, the Defense Corporation of Nigeria, the icon is supposed to be working by now. This was the projection that within a frame of 6 months or 1 year, you are going to be able to produce this caliber of arms and ammunition. You are unable to meet it. Can you step aside?
I mean, follow-up is very, very necessary. But what do you think we should be doing to ensure that proper follow-up is done so that we can get, you know, start reaping the gains of this?
The thing is that besides the fact that the president had a special advisor monitoring all the deliverables from the ministry, we also need them to be giving us quarterly report card. Report card of what you have done in your ministry. Vis-a-vis what the government intends to do. Vis-a-vis all the MOU have been signed. He mentioned that they are good at sea, but we have to say that probably with this government there will be a difference. But you and I know that in the last 65 years, Ajakuta has proved the biggest Abiku we have in this country. It's an Abiku area in this country. The thing keep on dying. The federal government keep on spending money on it, and yet you have nothing to show for it. So for the government to show the people what they have done, there has to be a periodical report card published on what they mean. For instance, in the last 2 years, they now publish the revenue given to local governments and states.
Exactly.
Let states begin to ask their governors, because it is not about president alone. I always tell people,
it's about the subnational.
We need to ask their governors. Abeokuta local government, you collected 600 million naira in December. What did you use to do it?
It's not about. Sent me one on Abia State. What they got, the local governments got in December, and said, you people of Abia, go and start asking your local government chairman what they did with this money.
I always tell people that most of the NGOs we have in Nigeria, we are just being lazy and not being practical.
They're not doing what they're
supposed to do. Each of the 36 states in Nigeria has the capacity to have NGOs. Let people look in the 80s.
Okay, we have someone, Michael from Alabama. Michael, good evening.
You guys going to talk about Anambra?
Hello? Okay.
So in the late 80s.
Michael, go ahead. Okay.
In the late 80s, local governments, even under military rule, they address budgets every year. The people of the town will come and ask questions. If they publish anything that this is a project we have done in this area, people will ask them that it has not been done. But let us return. We are in the democracy now. Politicians should not just sit down somewhere and be telling people, governors especially. I believe if this economy is not working, what I always tell people is that, look, I don't bloody care. The governors are culpable for not making the economy work.
He said something that maybe the president should come up with the headmaster like that, maybe to start
show me what you have done.
But the thing is that 4 times the president has said that Nigerians should go and ask their governor. He told the Arewa, he told the Afenifere, he told the people from the South. We should ask our governors.
We have Anthony from London. Anthony, go ahead.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Sir.
I just want to make a quick contribution with regards to these bilateral agreements that's been signed that you were talking about.
Yes.
In terms of the achievements and the implementation of them. It's not surprising that we're asking these questions. Because, I mean, the gentleman there talked about that Belarus man who's supposed to be coordinating the implementations and working of these ministers. But then at the end, if we cannot even get an audit or a report of how these ministers are actually doing in their various ministries, I wouldn't surprise that we'll be getting those sort of reports or updates on what this bilateral agreement, how they implemented.
Okay.
I think we need to start from these ministers. How are they actually delivering on the assignments they've been given before we start talking about this bilateral agreement? Thank you.
All right, then. Thank you very much. All right. Just in rounding off this conversation.
So state governors, ministers should be made, local government chairmen should be accountable. 774 all over Nigeria should be accountable for what they are being given every month, and should tell the people. They should not feel fair to tell the people what they have done. It is the totality of the health of the 774 local government and 36 government that makes Nigeria to be a healthy country. It is not what the president does. If all those 36 governments and 774 local government did not do anything, it means the president has not done anything. They have to perform at their level, not collecting money.
I mean, another thing, some people would say that, oh, the president goes, you talked about the fact that some people say the president has always been traveling here and there and all, but even President Erdogan said that the fact that the president came is a testament that the president is serious about investment.
That's the point.
How would you assess, the president's diplomatic stride?
He's our chief marketer. And once he fails in his job, then we are gone. Because for me, I tell, even as a small company, I tell people under me, you should be consolidating on the things I do outside. I shouldn't be sitting with you in this office.
Exactly.
Do things.
To be marking register and sitting down to take
should be out there.
I should be out there where the money is. Because when I send you as my staff somewhere, the chances of people asking you, where is Dotun Oladipo, is almost 99%.
Absolutely.
So how do I then defend it that I sit back in the office and I don't show my face where I'm supposed to be seen to negotiate what can give life to the company?
Exactly.
I'm not going to neglect my job at home. That's why I have ministers, just like
advisors.
So I should be able to give instruction,
delegate
and say, you do this. I just told them, January has started, queries may start flying around. No, seriously, because that's what it should be.
Your thoughts,
So in the attempt of the president to be our chief image maker, he must also watch his back. And ensure that watch his back, all the aides, all the advisors, all the ministers,
they are doing what they are supposed to do. Okay.
So that to complement his effort.
Even the security chiefs, they must be doing it back. Because at the level of the security chiefs, there was a day we spoke about the police here. And we said there was a time the police, they build boats, they sew their own uniforms, they do all of these things. It's not commercial, but at least they're able to take care of the needs of the force. Police. The Navy does the same thing. The Air Force, they have all of those sections where they repair their own vehicles. They don't need to go and bring people from outside. They have all of these things working. So these are things we should begin to go back to because they saved us the huge budget that we go and spend outside when we should use it well and work internally. So they are all involved. We should bring all of these things back together the way we used to have them.
Fine conversation, gentlemen. Let's move straight